everyone, and welcome back to another exciting edition of the Late Night Reds on part of the Riverfront Podcast family on Blue Wire Podcast Network. He's Ben Brown. I'm Skylar Webker. And Ben, the Reds won today, but no win feels like it means anything anymore.
Yeah.
They did beat the Mets, that's for sure, but they could have swept, but looked terrible in that, what was it, game one or game two? I can't remember. Game one.
Yeah.
They bases loaded, no outs. You have 2, 3, 4 coming up to the plate, and they played nothing. They played to nothing and lost that game by 1. So even though you take care of the Mets as far as the series goes, you're still 4 games out. You have 2 other teams that are like, you're tied with the Giants and a half game ahead of Arizona. So, like, I know we said last week we talked ourselves back into this season. I'm out. This season's done.
Done. D-U-N.
Yeah,
it's cooked. It's baked, man. It really is. And you know, if they find a way, maybe, but it just feels that way. It just feels like it's cooked. I mean, it's and honestly, I felt okay after the Blue Jays series because at least we were hitting the ball, and I was like, oh, okay, we're hitting the ball. We figure out some pitching. We can sweep the Mets and make a run at it. And then we get to that game 1, and I mean, you couldn't draw up a better scenario, right? Like, your bases loaded. You've got 2, 3, and 4 up, presumably your best players, and they go strikeout, ground out, and don't play to run. Like it's just like that right there. I was like, yeah, that's no matter what you do in the rest of that series, I was like, yep, no, that's it. Like that right there felt like the season to me. Like it was all there ready for you to sweep these guys. They were ready to be swept, and you just let it slip through the fingers.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like, it's so Debbie Downer. I mean, we obviously had a great season. Looking to finish the season above 500, which is a change of pace for a Reds fan. It just felt like this week they really let this, kind of like the tail end of last week and into this week, they kind of let this season slip through their fingers. I mean, impossible, no, mathematically, they're still in it.
Yeah.
But 4 games out and 6 series left on the season, you're going to need either a great collapse from the Mets or an absolute heater of a run at the end of this season.
Yeah.
And not, like I said, not to be pessimistic, but the Reds haven't proven so far this season that they could go on kind of any type of a heater or a run. It felt like they've just kind of muddled around 500 pretty much through the season. I mean, granted, there were some hot spots and stuff like that, but it wasn't like that 2023 season where they just felt energetic and hot and anything like that. We never quite got that at all this season.
Yep. No, I agree. And the problem you have here is that all the teams that are even left or you have to beat, they're all mediocre teams. So like if all of them stay just mediocre, you're not going to make up any ground. Like if that's the case, then I mean, like you said, you'd have to get extremely hot, and the other teams would have to get extremely cold, and none of those teams have really done that. They've all been kind of mediocre. So if it finishes out and they finish out 500, and the other teams finish out 500, you're not going to gain any ground. So, it's just one of those things where, it's a you got to kind of take the positives out of it. Hopefully we finish above 500, like you said, and and take the goods with the bads. I mean, I feel like this was a productive season, and you can definitely find some ways and find some growth in it, and you can also find ways to improve.
Yeah, and Kerry puts in here, take the series to the Mets, which is what they need to do. The Padres, we fly out to west to the Padres. They're not playing great right now, which is very true. So the last part there is like they just have to get hot, and I mean like red hot.
Yeah, they'd have to be blistering hot.
I'm trying to pull up the Mets schedule here to see who they have because they have a 4-game set against Philly. That division plays hard against each other. They got the Rangers who are looking to kind of take an AL wild card themselves, and then the Padres. So it's not impossible. Definitely not. The Reds, on the other hand, they take on the Padres, then the Athletics, then the Cardinals. So it's not impossible. That's for sure. Mathematically, they are still in it. It's hard to see them getting, like I said, capturing that 2023 energy. And I feel like that's what you need here at the end of the season.
Yeah. Unfortunately for the Reds, they haven't shown where they can be consistently good like that. You know what I mean? Like on a run like that where they could make a run like that. They haven't shown that. So it's either the pitching is really hot and the bats go cold, or the bats are really hot and the pitching goes haywire. Like they haven't put in consistent efforts. And I'm not even talking about day after day. I'm talking about like weeks after weeks after weeks where they were just consistently putting 1 and 2 together in order to make a run like they need to make to end the season.
And it's felt like that for a while, not just this year. It felt like that year after year where it's like the pitching can get together, but the hitting can't come around. And then the hitting comes around and the pitching falls apart. And it just feels like you said, like there's always one phase of this team that's like pulling the other. And when that other one clicks in, the puller gets tired and falls out. It's definitely something to be mindful of if you're Terry Francona. And listen, I've seen everybody on X. They're saying, "Oh, Francona needs to get out of town. We need. It's all Francona's fault." Listen, the Reds are still paying David Bell to not manage this team. They're not going to pay another manager to not manage this team. So Tito is who we got for the next 4 years.
Yeah. People are just, I don't know. I think that if you're looking at the manager style and managers, and like, I still feel like he is a really good manager that's been given the ingredients that he's been given to try to create a powerful food is not much. So when you give somebody, you want them to make chicken salad and you're giving them potatoes, like it's not going to work. Like, I'm not saying that we've got complete potatoes, but I mean, you can't play games where Santiago Espinal is getting meaningful at bats. You can't play games where a guy like Tony Santillan, who's been great, but has like 70 appearances. Like you're not going to win games if you're not giving them the opportunity to win. Like, I love Emilio Pagan, but we should not have seen Emilio Pagan 50 or 60 appearances. Like that's not successful baseball, So, you can only do with what you got, and you can only make so much out of what you have. And I think that's the kind of case that they're in. Now, I do think that they have people in their lineup that it's going to make it better, but even that is not consistent. Like I like Matt McClain, but he has not had a very inconsistent season. So you've got that. You've got other guys that have been very inconsistent. So the manager can only do so much with what he's given. And I just don't think that the pieces that he's been given are not going to create the success that the Reds want.
For sure. And look, the perfect example is Key Brian Hayes, who's on this team for the next end of the decade, which is crazy to say. Great player for the Reds but he's a league average player. Like even as the Reds, he's 13% above league average right now, just with his short stint in the Reds of 32 games. So basically, I'm just going to say it, basically a league average player. But that was our big trade deadline acquisition. That was our big move. And, teams that are going after it and winning it, they're not outside of the Brewers. The Brewers have black magic. I understand that. But their big acquisitions aren't league average. Their big acquisitions are well above league average, difference makers, leaders in a locker room. Like that's what this team seems to just be missing for the last decade.
Yeah.
is like, go get a Scott Rowland. Go get and they don't need to be at the prime of their career, even though Scott Rowland was still great for the Reds. But I just keep coming back to like, how amazing would a Kyle Schwarber be on this team? A guy that's a big bat, is a difference maker in 30 MLB teams. If you put him on any roster, he is a difference maker. Like that's a guy that this team needs.
Yep. No, I agree for sure. Yeah, that we've said that all year that they've missed that veteran presence, the guy that's in there that can lead by example, but also lead a locker room when things start to go south. And they definitely miss that.
I mean, we have a couple, Carrie and my wife are in here like, we just want to see him make it there, like get to the playoffs. But yeah, it's just not the year, and which is unfortunate. So I'm going to like figure out like, what does this team need to do to improve to get to where we kind of want them to be next year, knowing that next year is probably it, because they'll get that year in and then there's going to be the lockout for the CBA and everything like that. So like next year is kind of the take a swing before everything shuts down.
Yeah.
What do you think they need to improve upon, or what needs to happen for this team to really go?
Honestly, there are several things that I think that would help them. And I don't know how willing they are to do those, but you had to find a consistent outfielder that can play. Just one more. You got to find a veteran bat, a guy that's a leader, that's won, that can hit the ball out of the ballpark. I think Ellie's still our leading home run guy, and he hasn't hit one since like July. So
it's like 280 plate appearances.
Yeah. So I mean, like, not having somebody in your lineup that can provide that kind of pop, you need that. Got to figure out the bullpen. We roasted those guys to death. I mean, Tony Santana, I really appreciate him, but man, we rode him like a government mule. Like that guy got so many daggum appearances. We've got to do something to shore up that bullpen. I feel like starting wise, I feel like we've done a decent job with starters. I mean, you go, Littell, Abbott, Green, Burns, Lodolo. I mean, that's a pretty good five. And then you can move to Martinez to the bullpen. There's some things there that you can do, but that veteran presence is going to be needed. Your best player has to play like your best player all the time. And I'm not hating on L.A. De La Cruz, but you can't lead the league in errors. Can't happen. Cannot happen. And I know he's a young dude, and I still have faith in him. I still think he's a top tier talent. This isn't me saying get rid of Ellie De La Cruz. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if you want to be the best and you want to be that guy, you can't lead the league in errors. Can't happen. Cannot happen.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like those are the things that, because here's the thing, like if you're that guy, people are going to watch you and want you to be that guy. Then you have to be it not only at the plate but also in the field. Like you have to lead by that example. So, So I think that those are some of the things that they can do. Ellie cleaning it up. You got to figure out what you're going to do with Matt McLain. Is he the guy that's going to be your second baseman? Is he going to hit well enough, or are you going to find somebody else? Is he a guy that you're going to hold on to? What are you going to do? So, I'm good with Key Brian Hayes. I'm good with all that guy Aguilar. I'm good with all those dudes. But those are the question marks that I have that you're going to have to get answered going into next year.
Yeah, and I actually just pulled up Ellie's his stats because this week or this past couple of weeks has really drug him down. He's now lower. His OPS from last year, or OPS plus from last year, is lower. His OPS is lower. His slug is lower. His on base is lower. His batting average is way up. His strikeouts are way down. But a lot of those other categories are really starting to dip. And I think it's a lot of attrition of the season. He's leading the league in games played.
I was going to say that has to have something to do with it. I mean, he very rarely does he get an off day. I mean, so like maybe that's part of it as well. If you have a guy that, maybe he plays 146 days instead of 162 or whatever the case may be. But, that's got to be part of it as well.
Yeah. And I think you're right. Just he's got to be the consistent, like, surefire best player on this team all the time. And you know what would help? Not having to be that all the time. Like having somebody else on your roster that is able to hold this team down for long stretches, which is not what they have. I think South Stewart is a really great call up. I love this guy's energy. I think Kerry put it in here that his energy has been like awesome. I love that. But I think you gotta like, and even if it means you gotta part ways with like a Spencer Steer or Tyler Stevenson or something, like you gotta find some way to get Ellie a consistent, like, oh, if Ellie's not hot, this person is, or you know what I mean? Like a good 1-2 punch. I don't think they have that. They have a lot of like nice guys that can do a lot of stuff, like Matt McLain and Spencer Steer, but as we've seen through the season, and I know Matt McLean's kind of heating up a little bit here at the tail end, but as we've seen through the seasons, it's just been up and down with those guys, and kind of was that last year as well. And so I want to get that, whatever that is, addressed. Having another dependable. And they don't have to be a superstar player, but somebody to challenge Ellie for the All-Star whenever the Reds, because every team gets a candidate, and it just seems like Ellie is forever perennial going to be that candidate. Like somebody to challenge him and to also make it, that would be incredible. And I think you're right with the bullpen. Find a way to not have to use guys like Tony Santillan and Emilio Pagan and Scott Barlow 70 appearances in the regular season.
Yeah.
So I think they have pieces to hold on to. They had areas to grow. And look, I think there's some people that are going to just take this season as a wash. I think Matt McLean's taking the season as a wash. Tyler Stevenson's probably taking the season as a wash. I I think they have some pieces. I think they just need to find some more things to kind of glue it all together, or like really get it moving in a certain direction.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I agree. I like I said, I like the pieces we have. We just need more pieces. You know what I mean? Like I do. Do like the pieces we have, but it's there's so many holes in what we're trying to get done. If you say you're trying to be a winning baseball franchise, if you say that you're trying to get to the playoffs, you want to be a World Series contender, which I'm assuming that's what they want. Um, like those are some of the things you're going to have to do. And you've got a lot of hard decisions to make.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because you're going to have to part with guys probably that you didn't think you'd have to part with. Um, and you're going to have to move guys around that probably you didn't think you'd have to move in order to make your roster better. And also being able to fill the gaps that you have that you have. Like everybody knows, everybody sees the gaps you have. It's not like it's something that's a secret. Like people know you have no power in your lineup. People know that your outfield is shaky. And people know that once they get to your bullpen, it's flip a coin on whether we're going to be able to shut guys down or if we can hit a guy or whatever. Like those are the things that are already known. So you either figure out a way to fix that or just wallow in mediocrity, I guess. I mean, there's so many things there that they need to I'm not really so many things, but there are blatant things they need to address in order for them to be a successful baseball team.
I see Seth and Kerry going in here about what differences do you see between the Mets and the Reds, because there are a lot of similarities. They have a lot of holes. They have a lot of growing pains. I would say the biggest difference is night in and night out. You know exactly what you're going to get from Lindor, Pete Alonso, and Juan Soto. Like every day, those three guys are dangerous. It doesn't feel like that with the Reds. It feels like every day Ellie might be dangerous.
Yep.
That's about it. Every day, those three guys feel dangerous.
No,
doesn't matter if they're in a slump or anything.
No, that's a great point. That's a great point. There's only one person in the Reds lineup that people fear.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, honestly, even when Ellie is bad, people usually don't challenge him. You know what I mean? Even, to an extent. Now that he's not hitting the greatest now, but like there's nobody else in our lineup where you could say, oh man, we got to pitch careful around that guy. Or, oh man, we got to watch how we, attack the lineup because of this guy. Mm-hmm. Or we can't get to a 1-2 count because of this guy, or whatever the case may be. Like there's not a lot of that in the Reds lineup. And
you think about the last time the Reds did make the playoffs, they had 3 or 4 guys in that rotation. They had Jay Bruce that was always dangerous. They had Joey Votto, who was always dangerous. They had Todd Frazier, who was always dangerous at the plate. Mm-hmm. So they had these guys that you knew night in and night out, though you were going to get consistency out of kind of those players. And then you had, Miss Rocco and Barnhart mm-hmm. and on and on and on. But you just kind of knew, like, you got consistency out of those guys, which is what it takes. I see Kerry's in here like, yeah, well, the Reds have the pitching. True, they do have the pitching, which is awesome to have, especially if you get into the playoffs and get deep into a run. But it's still a game where you need to score more than the other guy. How many times have we seen this team, not particularly this year, but go back to the 2019, 2020, 2021 years where, God, they had 4-headed monster in Bauer, Sonny Gray, Luis Castillo, Tyler Mahle, and which was great, but then they lost a ton of games, 0-1.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, I love our rotation. I mean, the 5 guys that we have the possibility of being in our rotation is just insane. But if you can't put a consistent lineup behind it, then it's not gonna matter. I mean, you have to have consistency in that lineup.
I think Seth can tell what you're doing. Why is Derrick Henry still so good?
No. He's incredible. I mean, absolutely incredible. I mean, it's like he found the fountain of youth. Like he's insane. He never looks old or tired.
He's just a running brick house. He's one of the biggest human beings I've ever seen.
Oh, absolutely.
But I think that there's a lot of things going on with this team. Let me ask you this: in the off season, are there any players on this team that you're rolling out an extension to, other than Ellie? Obviously, he's got the boogeyman as his agent. So, outside of Ellie, who are you rolling out an extension to?
Ooh. All right. So you had to tell me who would be up for an extension.
I think they're all kind of up for. Because you can buy out their hard beers or anything like that.
Honestly, outside of Ellie, I honestly don't really know. I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? Like, there's nobody really where I'd be like, oh man, they're gone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we didn't sign them. Like there's really nobody outside of Ellie where I'd be like, oh man, that like if Ellie didn't come back, I'd be like, oh man, that's freaking terrible. Like that he's a really good talent, but I'm like, anybody else really? I'm kind of like, like I said, I like Matt McClain, but if you're like, oh man, we didn't re-sign Matt McClain, I'd be like, oh well, yeah, like I mean, it wouldn't. Yeah, I'm like, okay, next guy moves in and we'll do whatever. And it's not because I hate Matt McClain, but like, I mean, outside of the last 3 weeks of the season, what kind of impact has he had? I mean, just being honest. Like, I mean, TJ Friedel maybe. I mean, I don't know. And even that's shaky. I mean, even if you told me TJ Friedel, I was gonna say, even if you told me TJ Friedel was going somewhere, I'd be like, oh, that sucks. He was the only kind of real outfielder we had. But oh well, we'll find another center fielder. Like there's really not anybody where I would be upset though. If we didn't re-sign them, I would be just hurt. Honestly,
yeah.
I mean, Hunter Green signed, so he would be one I'd be like, oh man, that would suck because I really do like Hunter Green. But other than that, like, I don't know. I mean, I think, have they signed Andrew Abbott to an extension?
That would have been my guy, is Andrew Abbott.
He's if they haven't, he'd be the one too that I would hold on to because I think he's earned it. He's absolutely 1,000% earned it. That would be the guy. But anybody else, I'm kind of trying to go through in my head like. There's anybody else?
You could talk me into Lodolo, but with the injuries that happen every season, I don't know how willing I am to give any type of long-term extension there. But I think Andrew Abbott is for sure. He pitches every 5th day. Yep. He's never hurt, and he looks incredible out there doing it. Yep. Dirty mustache and all.
I know. Yeah. So. Yeah, Abbott would be one of he'd be one for sure that I'd sign, but I'm like, other than that, like there's not really anybody else not anybody else where I'd be like, oh man, I can't believe we let that guy walk.
There must be. Oh, I did not know this. Austin Hayes and the Reds have a mutual option for next season. I don't know how they'll pick that up, but
all right, well. Hey, listen. He's another one. I'm like, they're like, Austin Hayes is going to sign with Will. I'm like, oh man, oh well.
So they have, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 6 players with any type of guaranteed money next season. Obviously, our beers and stuff like that. But
right.
It's Austin Hayes, Hunter Green, Key Brian Hayes, Scott Barlow, Jose Trevino, Brent Suter. Those are the only guys that have any type of guaranteed money next season.
Oh, we can't get rid of Brent Suter?
Well, club option on that. So they could get rid
yeah.
of Suter if they want. But
listen.
and then Jamer Candelario is still getting paid next year.
Yes, he is. Brent Suter, to me, I'm like, great guy. He does a great Harry Carey, funny individual, but he can go. I got nothing for him. Like he, like I said, great clubhouse guy, probably makes people laugh. You know what I mean? But I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think having him here has been great, but the results aren't there when we need them.
No.
So those are the only guys that have any type of guaranteed money right now.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. And I did not know Scott Barlow was making $6.5 million.
Man, I should have been a baseball player.
Right? You could just be a kind of average pitcher.
I could be an average or below pitcher and make $6 million a year.
To be fair, they're the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they're pretty elite. It's a pretty elite thing to be a Major League Baseball pitcher.
Yeah, they're closer to, name a Hall of Famer or a legendary status.
Would be.
Exactly. But yeah, I think that's who I would be giving out an extension is Andrew Abbott. Kind of get into what we expect here in the Padres series. Let me look at the pitching probables. I know the Padres have kind of been on a skid lately, 3-7 in their last 10 games, so not too great. What do you expect out of this, knowing that they're probably still on a plane out to San Diego?
Yeah. I would like to see, I mean, if they get 2 or 3, that'd be great. If they get 2 or 3, that'd be great for them. I just don't know. How bought in they are into finishing the season. So hopefully they still feel like they have a shot. And if they do and they get 2 or 3, then maybe they can put a little run at the end here together. But I would be
probables. The pitching is pretty favorable. I mean, you get Lodolo back out there after missing a start with sickness. Littell and Andrew Abbott going against Darvish, who's up there in age, but still looks great. He has every pitch ever imagined. Then you have probably a bullpen day and Nick Pivetta. So they'll be good pitching games for sure.
Yeah, I mean we've got the edge in the pitching spot. Hopefully.
Oh, excuse me. I just this last bit of the schedule has been super rough because you went out on a long West Coast trip, came back for 2 series. Now you're going back out to the West Coast to do 2 series to come on back home.
That's very poor schedule managing. Like that's not good for anybody, no matter what the team is. You know what I mean? Like come home all the way to the East Coast to fly right back out to the West Coast. Like
it's gotta be rough. Yeah, I can't stop yawning. James puts it.
I get it. No, I get it. Trust me.
It's been a long day watching football.
Man, absolutely.
The Mets swept the Phillies the last time, so hopefully the Phillies will return the favor. I hope so because it's a 4-game series. So hey, if the Phillies can sweep the Mets in a 4-game series and the Reds can power through the Padres here, look out. We're right back in it going against the Athletics, playing in the minor league ballpark.
Are you talking yourself back in again?
I did. Hey, pump the brakes. I already did it once. Look, I mean, their schedule is also brutal. The Mets' schedule. So I'm not saying it can't happen. Like I said at the top of the show, the Reds have been shown that they're able to get hot and stay hot and put some sort of spark out there. If they prove, I would love for them to prove me wrong. We could still be talking here in October, but from what they've shown, I don't have a ton of faith, and I'm super positive Reds fan.
Yeah. No, I like I said, I think we mentioned this earlier. Like, when a team is in mediocrity, like they don't usually all of a sudden just turn it on. Now, I'm not saying that it can't happen, but they've been middle of the road all year. So nothing in their history tells me that they can go out and win 10 of the next 11. Not saying that it can't happen, but that's
if they rip off 10 wins, 10 out of the next 11. Look out.
Then you're a good night. Then you're talking about something. But
no doubt.
Nothing in their history this year tells me that that's a possibility.
Yeah, unfortunately not.
Not saying that it can't, but
they've only been swept once this year. But
yeah, so
they need to do a lot more sweeping.
Yes.
Oh man. Let's see. What else do we have on here to talk about? Talked about Sal Stewart. We talked about the Mets series. We talked about the Jays. We'll see. Like I said, they have this series against the Padres, which will be super, super clutch. And then the A's and Cards, which are very winnable, although they struggled against the Cards the prior week. So we'll see. I mean, Tito knows how to get it done when he's got the right tools. We'll see if he has the right tools. I'm not sure he does this late in the season. But we'll see. And yeah, that's all I got.
That's all I got. We'll see.
So for that, we can probably wrap it up out of here. Use our code Riverfront to get $20 off your first purchase through SeatGeek. Go out, enjoy the last couple of ball games here at the end of the year. Don't have to just be Reds games either. You can use them to get Bengals tickets or anything like that. Just use our code Riverfront and get $20 off your first purchase through SeatGeek. We encourage everybody to join our ever-growing Cincinnati sports fan through Patreon. It's patreon.com/RiverfrontCincy. You can also give us a like and subscribe on YouTube to catch the latest episodes, not only from our show, but also Seth's show of the Riverfront Red Show and the Welcome to the Jungle show. Now that Bengal season is kicking off, they'll be putting out an episode tomorrow. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and please subscribe to the audio version of this podcast for free on any of your podcast platform of choice. We're on all of them. Give us a rating and review over on iTunes and elsewhere. Be a friend, tell a friend. Give us your feedback. What do you like? What do you not like? We're just Cincinnati sports fans trying to make a show good for other Cincinnati sports fans. So for that, he's Ben Brown. I'm Skylar Webker. Go Reds.
Go Reds.